me about working with the Hansons. How was working with these three kids?
The cutest. It was like I was doing a lot of music videos at the time, and I had success. I worked with these guys that did Delicious Vinyl, and Delicious Vinyl worked with the Dust Brothers. They're like they were these college kids that came out of a small college tech school close by LA, and they had produced Hanson for, I forget what record company, MCA, I think. And so they sent me the song because it was a very Dust Brothers kind of, they did like Delicious Vinyl stuff. And so they sent it to me, and all they sent me was a cassette of the song, or I forget, it was a cassette or DVD. And the boys, they only had little pictures from their passports. That was their little squares. Like they had no publicity photos. They were just starting out. And I looked at that little kid, Taylor, the middle kid, and I just was like, oh my God, if I was a 12-year-old girl, I would just lose it over this kid. I would be like, game over. I'd be like, that little kid, because I grew up, during, Leif Garrett, and like during like Teen Beat, time where all those little boys were like Tiger Beat, like all those kinds of magazines. So, and that really wasn't popular at that time, like where there was bands that kids kind of like that were young. Like, yeah, there was In Sync or something, but they were trying to be older and appeal to older girls. And I was just like, nobody's thinking about the 12-year-old little girl. I was like, and I know that girl. So I just fell in love with him. I thought he was the cutest boy I'd ever seen. Just had the best time because it was like a small little video. So we did what we wanted. I'd have long conversations with them and say, what do you guys want to do? Because I wanted it to be like, about who they were. Like, oh, we're really into roller skating. I was like, dope. And then they were like, inline. I was like, oh, corny, inline skating, really? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. So, be like trying not to, just letting people be who they are and exposing that, like, oh, we want to pretend we're on the moon. I'm like, okay. We want to drive, because they couldn't drive. So they're like, we want to drive a car. And I'm like, all right. So just like really making sure they own it so that they look like they're having fun too for their first time, so they're really involved and participating, and it doesn't seem like adults telling them what to do. It's like they're involved. And that's always, for me, the way to get such a good performance is to make sure that you're including them. They're so excited. They want to jump around on the moon. They came up with that idea. So they're the first ones to get out there and jump around. So, it's like those kinds of things help you, because then you have a great performance. You have kids that look like they're having a great time and they're having fun. Nobody told them to do that. They wanted to. So I feel like the combination of that authenticity, again, of like who they really are and what they really love, and capturing that essence on film, is part of what I love to do. Is like, if, just like it's authentic, it's who they were. And then I got to work with them again. We couldn't believe that it was so gigantic. Nobody believed.